accuses Twitter of sponsoring NSAS protest. Students of River State College of Health Sciences continues protest over poor learning condition. On the foreign scene, U.S. President Joe Biden, Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin to meet for the first time today as presidents. I am Ifiemi Andrew. Governor Nyesom Wike has challenged President Muhammadu Buhari over the insecurity plaguing the nation. The governor, who spoke yesterday at the commissioning of the Akpoku Umoye Otufo Road, said the president commands the armed forces and cannot only be in charge when it comes to borrowing.
You have said the security issues is left in the state. How about our president? Not be so. The Constitution didn't say that. Who is the commander-in-chief? Are we the governor that commander-in-chief? We are not commander-in-chief. Mr. President, you are the commander-in-chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You appoint IG. You appoint Chief of Army Staff. You appoint Chief of Naval Staff. You appoint Director D. Which one do we appoint? CP, I don't appoint. Director here, no be me. Commander here, no be me. Which one again say they are under me? Allow us now to pick who will be CP for ourselves. To people who in charge of SSL, then you see whether it will be the same thing.
The governor also took a swipe at APC's Ogbonna Onwuke.
I have to say this clearly. I want those your sons who are always on social media. Are they still alive? Are they still alive? Ogbonna Onwuke, is he alive? Is he not alive again? Is he not seeing this road? 21 kilometers, is he not seeing it? When he was in government, did he do 21 kilometer road? Or Mendeche 21 kilometer road? Even the one they gave you from Chokocho, Tosu, you know, I have told everybody, wherever you come from, government or politics is what impact, positive impact, am I going to make for my people?
Meanwhile, APC chieftain in River State Lawrence Chukwu has questioned the position of the governor that security of the nation is solely the responsibility of the president. In an interview with our correspondent, Mr. Chukwu said governors should not only claim to be chief security officers of their state when they want to collect security votes.
The issue of security is for everybody, whether you are the president, the governor. Yes, I agree that the president, the federal government have more role to play in security. But the state governors too have roles too to play. What do they do with their security votes? It is when it is time to collect humongous amount for security votes, they will know that they are governors, that they are chief security officers of the state, just for collection of huge amounts of money every month. What do they use the money for? It is term security votes. So what do they use the money for?
He also wondered how Governor Nyesom Wike was able to direct security agencies to effect curfew in the state if he is not in charge.
In River State, the government keep making this statement that it is as if the security is sole responsibility of the president and the federal government. So let me ask him, all the curfews he has been imposing the people of River State, from president, he imposes these curfews, uses the security to implement them. If all that was done in the local government area with the security agents, he didn't take the permission from the president. He did it because he's the chief security officer, and both the army, police, navy, everybody obeyed him. So why can't he also implement that in other areas?
Mr. Chukwu also accused the governor of playing politics with his comments.
He's only playing politics. He should explain to Rivers people what he does with humongous amounts of money he collects as security votes. What for? Why is it tax security votes? So it's not everything we play politics. When a small project is being commissioned, or we use it to insult people, we use it to, that is not. He's elected there to bring infrastructure to the people. He's just not elected. He wasn't put there to just sit in the government house.
The national youth leader of the APC, Ismail Ahmed, has said that governors are not being sincere when they say they are not in charge of security in their states. Speaking as a guest in the TV program, he said the president alone does not have the powers to decentralize the security system of the country and called on governors to stop playing the blame game.
Well, it is very convenient for state governors to say that when it is time to actually effect security measures. But when it is time for elections, believe me, they know how to coalesce and coordinate the same security agents that they complain are not under their control to a particular destined outcome to get what they want. The president alone cannot sit down in the villa and decide that I'm decentralizing security tomorrow and then tomorrow it is decentralized. It's not going to happen. I think it's about time that we stop all this talk and overheating the polity about who is to blame for what and actually get to the bottom of dealing with this problem.
Mr. Ahmed also mentioned some steps that should be taken by government to improve the security system of the country.
So there is need for a serious community police, dissect and give some certain of responsibility to local leaders, especially community level. The recruitment drive of the numbers and manpower of security agencies needs to go up. We need to recruit police officers and leave them in their localities. We are seriously under police. We are seriously, even the army are doing the job of almost everyone. They are doing the job of internal security, external security, they are fighting insurgents, they are keeping peace, they are doing roadblocks. We just feel that there's an overstretch.
Niger Delta activist Ankyo Briggs has said that President Muhammadu Buhari has no constitutional rights to reverse the ban on open grazing put in place by southern governors. The rights activist, who is reacting to comments by the president to reopen grazing routes, said the gazette the president was referring to is no longer a law.
He has no such powers to reverse that decision because the land in my state is vested in my governor. It's not vested in the federal government. It's not vested in the person of the president. And therefore, he really legally has no right and cannot give route that he's talking about gazetted. It's a defunct law. For instance, I am a car driver. That I can drive on the east-west road or on a road does not make a road my personal property. And that's what the president is saying.
Away from that, Minister of Information Lai Mohammed has accused Twitter and its CEO Jack Dorsey of being responsible for the losses the country suffered during the EndSARS protest. The minister also alleged that the Twitter boss had provided funds for protesters, asking people to donate via Bitcoin, and also created an EndSARS emoji. Mr. Dorsey and the social media platform have not yet responded to the allegations. I'd recall that tens of thousands of Nigerians took to the streets last October in protest against police brutality. The Independent Electoral Commission INEC says voters' registration exercise will begin on Monday, June 28 across the states. INEC National Commissioner in charge of Publicity and Voter Education, Festus Okoye, on a live television program, said the commission has also approved more polling units.
That for 25 years, no commission succeeded in bringing into being additional polling units in Nigeria. But this commission has broken that 25-year-old jinx. And by tomorrow, the chairman of the commission will unveil the list of these new polling units and where these polling units are. And we're also going to commence the continuous voter registration exercise nationwide from the 28th day of June this year.
Still ahead, students of Rivers State College of Health Sciences continue their protest. Stay tuned.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Students of the River State College of Health Sciences today continue their protest over lack of social amenities, poor sanitation and inadequate infrastructure. The students who closed the gates of the school to staff said they are going to continue to protest until the issues raised are addressed by the state government. They complained that the management of the school admits hundreds of students yearly without providing conducive learning environment or accommodation.
And every year, they are bringing in more people into the environment, and they are not even taking care of them, which is very bad. So that is why we are still angry and we are still protesting. Like today, they have come with the ladder that they want to do. Like we don't know whether it's 1 week they want to give us lights, and they will take it.
Since the school is a health institution, we really need all the facilities to be complete in order to facilitate our learning system.
Also, some female students living in hostels said they spend up to 12,000 naira treating infections and malaria due to the poor sanitary condition of their hostels. They also complained that their rooms are attacked by snakes.
This place is very, very bad. The toilet everywhere. Like, if you go to the bathroom like this, sometimes when you go, you see snakes inside the bathroom. The place is messed up, bad. I need to come to the second floor and see the way the toilet is. This place, this one, you are not saying the second floor is very worse. Infection is killing us here. Perhaps we are paying 25,000 naira for what's a perfect thing. 28,000 is bad.
In the meantime, a cleaner employed by the school management says her salary is too small despite the large area of work. She called for a review of her salary, saying she's finding it difficult to feed her family.
Since we are here working, before they are paying us 15,000 naira. Then since 3 times now they are paying us 7,500. That made us, we cannot even go out to go and feed our children. From there we can feed our children. One person of Gary is how much now? 7,000 naira, 6,000 naira. Then our children's school fees, we cannot pay our children's school fees.
Our correspondent who visited the school this morning reports that the school environment is nothing to write home about, as most of the area is covered with swamp water. There is no proper waste disposal. Our correspondent had to use a nose mask to access the bathroom and toilets in the hostels. In the meantime, 2 police vans have been stationed close to the school with police personnel monitoring the situation. The chairperson of the African Child Committee in Rivers State, Grace Ajegbo, says children are not as safe as they used to be in the country due to the failure of members of society to look after each other. Speaking on the morning Crossfire program to mark the World Day of the African Child, Mrs. Ajegbo highlighted some of the reasons why less attention has been given to children these days.
Apparently, the economy of this country took a downturn at some point, and childbearing went up. So you see that people spend more time out of the house, away from the children, trying to make up, augment for whatever their resources are. And the times when the characters of children should have been formed is now limited. We don't have very functional institutions. The family is an institution, is failing or has failed. Now parents do not pay attention to moral values because everybody wants to be woke, everybody wants to be a trendy parent.
The theme for this year's Day of the African Child is Making Africa Fit for Children. In business, a fish and poultry farmer in Port Harcourt, Kingsley Ogo, has lamented the impact of insecurity on farmers and the constant increase in the price of food items. In an interview with our correspondent, Mr. Ogo said the price of food items and fish will continue to increase as raw materials are becoming more difficult to find. He also said farmers are now doing business at a loss.
Of raw material to actually produce. The price of corn has skyrocketed, owing to the fact that farmers are not accessing their farm. Farmers are not also able to, those that are able to access their farm have had it very difficult to transport their goods from the northern part of the country because of insecurity. So now, even when you are able as a farmer in the south to access raw materials to produce your feed for either chicken or fish, you find out that the prices are very high. When you produce, you have difficulties in trying to impute the increase of this raw material, the margin on the sales. So the people that are home, the people are home because the economy is terribly bad.
He also said that farmers in Rivers State should take advantage of the current situation and begin to grow food items that we get from the northern part of the country.
We have very good soil to invest in maize. We have very good soil to invest in oil farming. And farmers, I'm looking at farmers in this area to take advantage of this moment, diversify, engage in this type of farming. And then in the next season, we can have it cheaper. But in this season, what we need to do is only to invest in other farming. Those crops, those products we get from the northern part of the country. There's nothing stopping us from having such farms here.
In entertainment, Martel Cognac has announced Nigerian singer Davido as its new international ambassador. The new Martel Blue Swift campaign featuring Davido will be unveiled later this year. In sports, several people have been taken to a hospital to receive treatment for injuries caused by a protester who used a parachute into the Allianz Arena during France's win over Germany yesterday. European football's governing body UEFA said the authorities will take the necessary action. He had the words "Kick out all green peace" written on his parachute.
And now we'll bring you news from around the world.
U.S. President Joe Biden and his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin are preparing to sit down for their first highly anticipated summit today. The talks in Geneva, Switzerland, come at a time when both sides describe relations as being at rock bottom. Issues include arms control, sanctions, and U.S. allegations of Russian cyber attacks and election interference. No major breakthroughs are expected, but there are hopes of finding small areas of agreement. On the news this afternoon, you heard that the Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, has accused Twitter of sponsoring the EndSARS protest. Students of the River State College of Health Sciences have continued their protest over poor learning condition and lack of basic infrastructure in the school. On the foreign scene, we told you that the U.S. President Joe Biden and Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin are set to meet for their first time today as presidents. The news was edited by Enoho Ogbeviri. Contact our newsroom at 0818-900-0017. Cloudy weather expected in Port Harcourt this afternoon. My name is Ifiemi Andrew.